And there we go. That microphone is on. Welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Welcome or welcome back everyone, and happy Monday, October the 10th of 2023. Starting out the day with a very relaxed day, I guess, is what I've had. Well, I did do laundry and I did go get a little bit of grocery shopping, but nothing stressful, so everything was good. And awesome to have you all on board. Yesterday was a nice day off. Well, sort of a day off. As many of you may have seen, I did put the decorations up on the roof. So the big spider and the ghosts and Grim Reaper and Skeletor and a few skeletons and a pumpkin are up there doing their thing. So pretty awesome. Anyway, we'll see how that fares. I see one of them is kind of trying to lay down on the job already, so we'll have to work on that. Anyway, welcome to all of you, and we'll start out by saying welcome to our wonderful moderators, Arizona Snowman, and Piggy, and Sue, and Yvonne Kunkel. And Sue and Yvonne are in the chat right now, and then of course we also have CND Boy, as well as Siggy and Gary, 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and Mona Lisa Smiles, and a few others. So you never know which one of the mods could be in or out or peeking or doing what they need to. So thank you, moderators, for being here. Appreciate your wonderful help. And welcome to the rest of you. Good to have everyone back on board. Not even sure how many people are in. 24 right now. That's all right. And I'm sure we'll get a few more as people realize the show is on. So we'll start going through and saying, hey, welcome to everyone. And we'll start out with Janice, who was first today, got the cookies. Actually, Yvonne Kunkel was first, but she's a moderator, so she only gets the one stack of cookies, whereas Janice got the 4. And then there's Going South, and Metal Omi 54, and Diane, and Sasha, and Dan, and let's see, who else we got? Linda Schoof, also in the house, and Rayola Reisner, Rayola, welcome back. Sorry. Judy M, also in the house, good to have you back, and Mars 2028, and Nancy Buchanan, Connie Tyree, welcome, all three of you. And going up the list here, we got Linda, we got Diane. Going south, oh, Grandma B is here, welcome Grandma B. We got Nancy already. And still scrolling up, trying to spot other names amongst everyone else's chatter, which is good. That's what we want. Philomena is also here. Welcome, Philomena. And I think that's it. I got everyone up on the top of the list there. We'll see if there's anyone else down on the bottom I missed. We got Dan, got Judy. Yep, Henry Nelson is here. Welcome, Henry. And did we miss anyone else in here? I think we got all of you. Anyway, so yeah, what happened yesterday? Not a heck of a lot. I did kind of keep peeking in on things, trying to find out what was going on. Didn't see a heck of a lot, so I'm going to pause this stuff. We're going to go over to Hawaii real quick and see if we can get that to restore. Come on, we can get that to restore. Computer, thank you, computer. It's been one of those days with that going on. I rebooted this morning. Everything is in different locations, and of course everything is still acting slow on YouTube, and I don't think it's just me. I think it might be something to do with YouTube. but you never know, like quality and things like that being bumped down to nothing, and who knows. Anyway, there's our southwest event right there. Let's see if I can get the hamster to show himself so we can get this going. Alright, now my computers are playing slow. Let's see. How about I click on here and get into settings and show that hamster. Alright, so there we go. Southwest area. That's a southwest vent. You can see how deep that pit is right in front of it. Obviously that lava or magma underneath that had to go somewhere, so who knows. This is the west vent, or what's left of it, and always interesting. They'll swing that camera back over to the rest of Halema-Uma'u, and there they go. They're stopping and looking at that middle ground. That's the old Pig Island right there, the west lava pit, and it's got like a little smoker inside. That's interesting. Almost looks like a little vent of some sort spouting up in there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's interesting to see that. And of course there's a Pig Island. That central vent used to be right around here, around it, so anything is possible with that. We see the steamer over here on the left hand side, and then of course we are seeing some steam coming up on the edges around the Halema-Uma'u crater. So pretty cool. And then of course the other portion here, Kilauea. Well, they'll get to it, I'm sure. Let's take a look at the still image for today, and that is this one. There's your steam vent out there in the eastern side of Halema-Uma'u, and your central area, west lava pond and west vent area, and then of course that pit in the southwest corner. So that's what we're seeing there right now. Nothing special. We do still see some steam coming off of the side of the hill here. Always interesting to see that. Let's refresh the B1 camera, and there you can see that the steam vent. Again, the stuff coming up off the side of the hill and our central area there of Halema-Uma'u. And that's about it for that guy. We don't see anything coming off of those other vents at all. And if we go back up here, I'm going to refresh this one as well. That's our thermal for today. And we could actually get rid of that big banner and the little one for right now. There we go. Anyway, yeah, nothing new, nothing bright showing through there. Just what the basics are. So nothing outrageous. We just still see those glowy spots. Those temperatures are getting lower and lower in there. So we'll see what happens. I know some of the spots are still hot. Obviously, you know, a few meters down underneath some of this crust, it's still hot liquid lava. So, you know, don't be wandering on it for sure. Anyway, putting it back to the other shot here, like I said, it seems to be a little bit on the slow side today. That's basically what we see. So nothing crazy happening there at Hawaii just yet. But, you know, something's got to give. With give it time, I guess, is the basic thing behind it. We are seeing more and more quakes. There's got to be something happening. Anyway, let's see if we can get that going. There, we're taking you over to Iceland, and again, the quality is bumped way down here, so it's a little bit better. All right, so the silhouette of our wonderful Kalir out there, and of course you're not seeing anything of Rebbe. Let's go back about, let's see, somewhere where we can actually see where it is. I know they had some trouble with the camera earlier. 5 hours and 20 minutes ago seems like a good time. There you can see quite a bit of steam coming off in all kinds of different spots. It was raining, so we've got some water there. Little steam, nothing crazy. Yvonne says it's buffering. Well, my bit rates are, I mean, they're not the best, but they're not outrageous, Yvonne. They should be okay. Anyway, then prior to that, that camera was off for a while, and it was off after this. This was pre it turning off, so not good weather this morning, and that was from, or actually this afternoon, 12:52 p.m. and that is just about 1 p.m. is that's what they were seeing. Anyway, we'll put that one back on live, make it smaller, get to our next frame, and see what we've got happening there. That one is from Thorbjorn, just south of the Blue Lagoon and the power plant and the hotel Yvonne was at. So let's see what it looked like there during the day. Not the greatest again. And let's see, is that quality? We'll see if we can get it to pop up a little bit. We can see Ragnar off in the distance here, as well as Storyhuter, but I don't see anything else happening. The wonderful Atlantic Ocean out there, and you can see the beach going along there, so pretty cool. And of course off to the right here would be our wonderful Grindavik. So that's about it from that one. I'm not going to bother going back any further in time. It wasn't all that great with that weather. This, of course, is the capital city of Reykjavik right now, and we'll go back about 6.5 hours roughly, take a look at it from that perspective. The camera view is from the Perlin Center in Reykjavik, and you can see they were getting some rain. Everything is wet, so pretty cool. Let's put that one back on live, go to our next one, and that should pop up. I had these working before. I don't know why they don't want to work now. Anyway, let's go back a bunch and see if we can find something. It wasn't very good visibility here. Let's see if we can spot it. Yeah, that's not that great. Let's see if I can find a spot where it was clear. Maybe not. This weather this morning apparently for them was not so good, so the likelihood of finding something that was clear is not going to happen. Let's leave that be. All right. Didn't see anything there. Hey, good evening, Tom. Good to have you on board. Let's get to the next one, and that may be the same issue. No visibility, and I was absolutely right. It is a completely volcano gray. Isn't that lovely? And if we go back even further, well, we see something in the foreground, but not anything spectacular. Anyway, that was from about 10 hours ago. If we push it back all the way, we get more volcano gray. Hey, that rhymes. I'm trying to be punny, huh? All right. Let's take a look at the one from our Rican's Peninsula and see what that looked like real quick. Yvonne, you go have a good sleep there, and all the best to you. Anyway, Yvonne says, thanks for another great stream, Dr. Fox, Mods, Lavaliers, and Lava family. Have a great day / night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the show. See you later. Good night, Yvonne. Sleep well. And aloha to Kathy. Good to have you on board. And let's see if this will show us a little bit. There's the lights of Grindavik and the 2 radio tower lights. And of course you see the light beacon go by from the lighthouse, which is very close to this camera location. And there is your steam power plant. If we go back and during the day, we can see what it looked like in the area. We know that there was rain and stuff. Come on, computer, you can do it. Everything seems to be really slow. Anyway, hard to see off in the distance. The Blue Lagoon is back there. And of course, there's that steam vent, primary vent that just goes all the time. We're not seeing so much steam come from this area anymore and the forefront here, and not as much being off-gassed here from the power plant either. So the levels probably went back down a little bit, but hey, that's okay. Anyway, that is the cloudy sky before the stormy stuff that they had earlier, and that looks not bad. So let's put that one, well, we can go back a little bit further here and see. Yeah, it didn't look too pretty, did it? So no worries, let's put that back on live, and we will get over to our next adventure, and that'll be the harmonic tremor charts, and see what we've got cooking there. So we'll start out with our wonderful ODF chart, and ODF, of course, slightly to the north end. Anyway, yesterday I was watching this going up, and I thought, yay, and seeing it continue to go up today is also a good sign. So our magmatic went quite a ways up, and is kind of dropped a little bit, but holding steady. Same thing goes for seismicity, and it dropped a little and holding steady at the end there. As far as our tectonic action, probably about the same level of intensity from where it started roughly. So nothing too wild and crazy there, but it is up in comparison to what we had the previous 2 days or 3 days. So definitely something on the move. Now the fact that everything is up, I wonder if it's something to do with just tectonic movement, or if we are in fact seeing more magma intrusions incurring there, or, well, we'll see. Let's see what Kristevik has got. Yep, same upward deal, and kind of dropped off a little bit. Same with seismicity, and watching it go up and up and back down. Our tectonic, so I don't know, that all to me almost looks like it's some tectonic movement that happened, because that all seems to be at the same peak point here. Let's take a look at the next one, and that'll be the Grindavik. Kristevik, of course, to the northeast. Well, hang on, we want to stop at this chart as well. The HRV one, this is to the east of Fragadalfjall, just southwest of Kristevik. So pretty much the same pattern, maybe a little bit heavier as far as the level of tectonic movement, more grinding or something, but pretty much all the same so far. So the likelihood of it being just magmatic, I don't know, starting to dwindle a little bit. Let's take a look at the Grindavik one, and seeing it go up just about the same amounts here, and seeing the same place, and it's pushing me more to believe that's what we're seeing as far as tectonic movement. Seeing this drop down at Grimsey, northern end of Iceland, and then rebound a little bit, and then dropped again and rebounded near the end. Kind of makes you wonder what is going on there. They may have had something else happening there, but pretty level on the tectonic. Then it dipped near the end of the day and started coming up, whereas the other side here dipped, came up, and started going back down for both magmatic and seismicity. Interesting to see that. Not sure what that actually will indicate. Let's take a look at the next one. We want to go to the one that's closest to our wonderful Katla, and here we see a mess. So here we see our magmatic, the purple, being kind of hidden by the other signals here from both the seismic as well as the tectonic movement, and a major spike there. So something clicked or gave way. We'll see what we've got in the earthquake charts here, and we'll go from there. It was a pretty at the clubland. Was a great sitting in a blind looking at fall colors. Well, if you're blind, how can you see fall colors? Tom, never mind. Oh, I know, a wise guy. Let's look at Askia, and there's Askia. It had very confusing signals, whereas it was very rough there and dropped down near the end. Seismicity did the same thing, as well as the tectonic. So, that'll make things a little bit more interesting to see that kind of be on its own. Mind you, that's more in the middle of Iceland, so very interesting. We may have more magma, doing its thing as far as our intrusion underneath the Reykjanes Peninsula. Well, let's take a look here and see how many earthquakes we've got. And it doesn't look like a very heavy day. 45 or actually 44 earthquakes in the last 24 hours. We'll take a look at them real quick and see what we've got here. So first off, nothing way up north, and nothing out here in the Reykjanes Peninsula and Reykjanes Ridge way down in the south. Let's start with these northern ones real quick. 1.1, 4.8 kilometers down, 2054 from today, and then this one is a 1.4, 8 kilometers down, 1923. Pardon me. 1.3, 1 kilometer down from 1922. And a 5.2 kilometers down, 1716. Those are all pretty close to Grimsey right there. Next one down is a 2.04, 10 kilometers down from 747. 1.5, 5.4 kilometers down, 2253. As we move down, we don't see anything till we get down to Herdebreit. We've got a 1.7, 3.6 kilometers, 3.9 kilometers down at 2118. And then to the southwest of Herdebreit, 0.45, 8.4 kilometers down from 1247, 0.52, 9.2 kilometers down, 1321, 0.87, 7 kilometers down, 1403. And a 7.9 kilometers down, 50 minutes after 12 noon. A 0.48, 6.8 clicks down, 1323. A 0.44, 8.1 kilometers down from 1248. And a 0.5, 5.8 kilometers down from 1403. There we go. Nothing at Askia. That's absolutely crazy. Nothing at Bardabunga, where we had all those big quakes just a couple days ago. 0.4 down here at Grimsvatn, from 14.9 kilometers down, 8:44 was the time on that. A 0.94, 7.4 kilometers down from 157, and a 0.63, 9 kilometers down from 8:31 this morning. Moving down a little bit more, we see a whole bunch at Katla. So let's go through these. We've got a 135 meters down at 2:27 this morning, a 0.6, 1.9 kilometers down, and that is from 2:17. Then we've got a 0.38. There we go, 135 meters down, 4:44 this morning, a 0.54, 135 meters down, a 5:42, 0.3, a 0.53, 135 meters down. 11:45 was the time on it. There's another 3. 1.1 clicks down, 1700. And the bigger one out of the group, 2.41, also 135 meters down, and that is from 1336. The other one is a 2.4, and it is at the same depth, 135 meters, 1351. Then we've got a 0.1 kilometers down, and a 1.37, 356 meters down. That's 1,000 feet down. I think that's below the ice. I don't know if the ice is that thick. Anyway, 931, and then a 1 also on 135 meters down at 2:27 this morning. Those at 135 meters could likely be ice movement. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, 0.52, a little further towards the Reykjanes Peninsula, 5.3 kilometers down, came in yesterday at 2334. This one is a 0.3, 4.8 kilometers down, 2001. 2057, a 0.8, 4.5 kilometers down. A 0.41, 10.2 kilometers down from 1221. And then we've got a 0.71, 4.9 kilometers down, 2350 yesterday. And now we're getting over to, there's the outline of our wonderful Erupción, and of course the home of Ragnar and Siggy Fisher are right there. What are you doing? It's going everywhere but where I want it to. Anyway, let's take a look at this 0.44 up here, and that is 3.27 kilometers down, 45 minutes after midnight. There's the ODF sensor, so that big spike might have been that guy right there because it's so close. And getting over here, just kind of northwest of the Siggy Fisher, but 5.2 kilometers down from 1843, a 0.2 in magnitude. And over in Mount Creaky, 1.33, 0.963, or 963 meters down. 8:52 was the time on it. Thanks, Henry. I'm just going to finish the quakes. And this one is a 0.94, 159 meters down. I like it. At 8:05. And then we've got a few over here. 0.37, kilometer and a half down, 21 minutes after midnight. South of Thorbjorn, we have a 0.737, kilometer and a half down, 21 minutes after midnight. And from 5:42 a.m., a 1.35, 471 meters down. Then we've got a 1.88, 5.4 clicks down, 422, 0.46, 5.3 clicks down, 450 this morning. And from 5:34, a 0.58, 5 kilometers down, and end up with a 6 kilometers down from 2026. And that is all of your quakes there in Iceland today, and except for the new one, the 1.5. I think we got him already. That's okay. Let's put you back on our wonderful canned lava, if I can find where I put that. Let's try this one. Okay. And make that go. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, it's free. Nobody charges you for it. Hit it, please. Help us out. And that would be really awesome. Also, if you're sitting on the sidelines peeking in and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Help us grow the channel. That'd be awesome. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. And why are you buffering, Grandma B? You shouldn't be. Should be all good pictures. It should be working. Here's some music. I'll be back. And there we go, that microphone is back on. Welcome back everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and CND Boy and Sasha and Kathy. I appreciate that, you guys. Hey, where is that Sharon Stewart at? It's not grocery day. It's not singing day. Where is she? And thanks, Mars 2028. I appreciate that. All right, let's carry on. We're going to park our canned lava. Of course, that I should have left that little thing on the bottom there. That is our wonderful Rebbe vent from back in, that's July 31st is that one came when that came in. Anyway, let's go over and take a look. Thanks, and going south. Let's take a look in Mexico and see what we can see there. And yeah, clouds. I don't like it. Anyway, that is Popocatépetl hiding behind the clouds. And of course, I don't think it's going to give us any visibility today whatsoever. At least not on this particular camera view. And nope. Popocatépetl is about 70 kilometers south of Mexico City, and of course it's quite tall, so clouds are a common thing there, and it's not showing. Let's take a look at one of the other angles here, see if we can coax it out of the clouds. A little less cloudy there. No, still the same thing. Hang on, we almost see it. Yeah, you see a little tiny bit, but it's underneath there somewhere. So no, we're not going to see it at all today, unfortunately, so we will skip Popocatépetl. I don't know what it's going to be doing. Let's go over to our next one. That one will likely be in the clouds as well. And that's a pretty weird looking thing. We have a cloud layer up top. We've got a cloud layer below, and there's the sunset and the plume of ash coming up from the volcano. Kind of it looks like copper almost in here. That is an interesting sunset. If we back up a little bit, we can see there a little bit more of that wonderful mountain. And if we go back just a little bit further, we can see some of that wonderful off-gassing it's doing. And that looks like it's going straight up, so that wind is not moving anything very far. Let's see if we can spot anything else here. In and out of the clouds, and I know earlier it was doing exactly that, so let's bring it back a little bit further in the day, and that was from 10:06. There you can see it off-gassing. It did have a previous plume to that, so that would have been just a couple minutes earlier. Let's see if we can hit that one, and there you can see it billowing up. And again, it looks like it's going pretty much straight up, not being blown over as much by the wind today, which is all good. And if we go back a little bit further here, we can see another one. This was about 9 a.m. We're very close to it. So we know that volcano's been busy. If we go back here a little bit further, this is 10.5 hours ago, 7:13 in the morning, and it had two puffs right there, obviously the fresher one and an older one. And prior to that, I think it was mostly in the clouds. Well, almost mostly. There we go, 6:02 a.m. We can see it had a puff, but a lot of cloud in the way. So hard to deal with, but that is what's happening at our wonderful Fuego in Guatemala right now. So pretty cool. Ooh, there you go. There's some more copper tinge. That is kind of a neat sandwich. Wow, different. I think I'm going to do a screenshot just for the heck of it. since that is kind of a neat. Maybe I'll wait for a second here and let that plume come up a little bit more. That is pretty neat to see that, the volcano like that. Gorgeous sunset color. There we go. All right, got that picture. Anyway, let's leave that guy be, and we'll carry on and take a look at some of the other volcanoes. Copper in them skies. Yes, there'd be copper in there. This one was from earlier at 6:32 a.m. there at Masaya Volcano in Nicaragua, a little further south. And you can see the amount of off-gassing and pluming that it was doing. Quite a bit of material coming out of there, and that's quite a bit of gas. Definitely something happening with that volcano. May end up changing states after all and erupting really nicely. It would be cool. Let's take a look at the current shot, see what it looks like right now. Oh, that's not good. Still off-gassing, but we are not seeing anything because the smoke is coming towards the camera, unfortunately. So we'll leave that guy be. Let's go to the next one. This one is Rincon de la Vieja. That's right, it's Rincon de la Vieja, aka Laguna. No, it's not Laguna, I'm kidding. Anyway, you can barely see the edge of the caldera over there, and that's kind of what we got going on. And I'm surprised we can still see it, but hey, I like it, and it's a jungle out there. Let's carry on. Ooh, that was just updated the picture. We don't see it anymore. And this one was from this morning as well, of both Laguna del Mole as well as our wonderful Villarrica. We don't really need to look at Laguna del Mole. We know what it is not doing. It's much of anything. We're going to just take a look at the Villarrica one. This is down in Chile, and that wasn't too bad this morning. I do want to see if it was doing anything now, so we're going to go refresh this one, just see if we can get the update for it and see what it looks like, because I'm curious. And just about there. Let's go transfer some data. It takes a little while to get the images uploaded. And there we go. So this is the current shot, or their current little time lapse, and half of most of it is cloud. Yeah, unfortunately the cloud is in there, but when you're looking at it you can see a little bit of off-gassing happening from the volcano, and that is okay. So we'll leave it there, and we'll put that one back there, and we'll carry on to our next one. Let's have a look at we'll go over to Indonesia, and we'll see what our wonderful Merapi has to say for itself. There is Merapi. If we go back in time a little bit, it's 6:49 a.m. there right now. Going back a little, I don't see much there, a lot of haze. And let's see, where shall I start? Well, we can maybe take a look at this one. Right around here. Well, we'll look at this for a little while. At 4:05 a.m. You can see how much is lit up here. Unfortunately, the color camera is not doing much justice. I think that might be in black and white as well. But there you can see the IR camera, or black and white, or nighttime image style camera, showing the immense amount of heat coming off. And I'm going to advance this just 5 seconds at a time here, so you can see the progressive flow down the hill. And that also notice the seismicity here is a big increase in tectonic action. So quite a bit of lava coming down there, and then the next one I just kept on going here, and we've seen it come down on this side as well. and that should be just shortly thereafter. Let's see if we can get it to there a little bit quicker. There we go, we see the glow, and there we see the lava flowing down the hill. So pretty awesome to see that. Quite a bit of lava coming down, and it really doesn't matter where we kind of point the time on that camera. It was doing it quite often. Here's another shot of the other side coming down again, and if we can get it further back here. Sometimes it doesn't want to show me the little shot here, but yeah, this one got to the point where the cloud was so heavy in there that you couldn't see what was going on. And of course, that is the way it works with watching volcanoes. Some days you get clouds, other days you get beautiful sunshine. Here's another one that we should look at. This is from earlier in the day, 21:30. Let's see if we can back that up just a little bit to see the lava flow out of there. And that was quite a bit of lava again. And let's see, there we can go see it all kind of move up the hill. Unfortunately not in color, so we'll just let that play through here for a second. Wonky Donkey is here. Welcome, Wonky Donkey. And I seen you sneak in there, Mr. C and D boy. We got you in there. Hannibal MO is pretty far south. What? Hannibal, Missouri is that Missouri? Is pretty far south. Hannibal. Okay. Quick Draw McGraw. Oh boy. Sounds like a cool stuff. Anyway, yeah, we see that lava flow and going pretty good. And then again, prior to that, it's hit and miss with the clouds, but there was quite a bit of lava flow. And even if we go back, you know, really, really far, 1918, so 7:18 in the evening, you can see what it was doing. Definitely worthy of keeping an eye on, but that is what it is there presently. So very, very poor conditions as far as being able to see anything there from Merapi. I still say Merapi did okay and made us happy being able to see that lava flow. Next one here that we're looking at is Mount Ruapehu, or Ruapehu volcano, and unfortunately it is buried in the clouds. I don't believe we're going to be able to see any of it today, and that is getting back fairly far in the morning, and no, I think it's a dud. I hate when that happens. Volcanoes like to hide behind clouds. I hate that. Somebody should make a law that no clouds are allowed to go in volcanic areas. We need to see the volcanoes. Anyway, that is what we got there. Unfortunately, not very good visibility, so let's make that one smaller. We'll go to the next shot here, and this one will be our wonderful Taupo. And there is a Taupo. The lake is the caldera for Taupo, and it is a very large caldera indeed. Looks very windy there at the lake area. The flags are really fluttering in the wind, and of course we aren't able to see our wonderful Mount Ruapehu, which would be right behind those mountains over there, sticking up nice and bright and high. They're hiding in the clouds. Not much action here, and we'll leave it as that. It does look quite windy, so hopefully everyone is bundled up, staying warm, and getting to their places without being blown off the road. And this shot, of course, courtesy of the Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo. and we'll leave it as that. So let's go to our next shot. We'll make that one smaller and put it back to here so I can find it. Thank you for the 5-minute warning, Sue. And we'll have a quick peek at Merapi, and no visibility guaranteed at Merapi. Let's see if we can change that. How come it's on 240? Let's go to 1080 at least and see what we've got. There we go. All right, 6:56 a.m. and I'm not seeing a heck of a lot because of the cloud work there. It cleans up a little bit right before the commercial, of course. Look at that. They're putting screws into the tires. Now he's sawing his tire. Nice guy. All right. Let's leave that alone. Anyway, we've seen at the 5:26 a little bit of a plume coming up. Nothing really crazy. And going back further in time, I don't see any lava flowing down the hill at all. There we can see the silhouette and some stars in the background. No noticeable glow up on the top. And of course, the further back in the evening we go, that was from 1:36. This is just right after midnight. Very poor conditions as far as being able to see anything. And we go back to the previous day there at 9:30 in the evening for them. And again, no visibility. And if we go all the way back, it's pretty much the same thing. It's even worse, I think. All right, let's, we can hear that wind noise. Let's put it back on live. Next one we want to have a look at is our wonderful Ta'al. He did stream 23 hours ago. Let's take a look and see what he's got going on there. I just wanted to make this one smaller. Hang on. And we'll see what Ta'al has, Mayon has going there. All right, so he did stream for about 4 hours, and I don't know if we can see a heck of a lot. Let's take a look and see. We do see a little bit of a glow. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And there we go. So the glow, we know then that there is a lava there. It's just visibility is not the greatest as usual. And we'll see if this will advance for me a little bit. And we'll be able to see more lava. No. Very poor visibility. And this is one of the things that they've been having, that storm in the area there, that Koinu, and of course that gave them all kinds of cloud cover and made things difficult to see. So and then we get further here. Let's see if we can see this. This is in the morning, and I wanted to see it right at the twilight there. I'll just go back a little bit, and really not that much more visibility. I don't think. I was looking for a reddish glow, so yeah, we don't see anything happening there. And if we go all the way forward to just about the end of his video, unfortunately it was not very good at all. There you go. Digitized and very poor looking. It is as high as it goes as far as quality, and unfortunately nothing visible there. So all cool. Let's make that one smaller, and we will go over to our next one. I'm going to see if they have anything going. I know it's 6 o'clock. It's a time for me to go take a break, but I just wanted to peek and see if nope, nothing new at Ta'al. And here was the update from our wonderful Madam Rutsa. So let's play that one real quick and see if or do I have to refresh that? Does it want to go? Yeah, there it goes. There you can see they panned across there very, very quickly, unfortunately. Kind of hard to see what's going on. There you can see it. The heavy pluming and off-gassing from Taal. And that is happening there. Unfortunately, not too much else really showing there at this point in time. As you can see, they scan around and really nothing else happening. So let's leave it as that. I'm going to take that one off of there. And Sue, you sent me another one there, and I don't know, was that the same video? I just wanted to see that. Why is that not coming up? There we go. I think that might have been the same one. Well, let's see. Oh, it's sent October 10th. Oh, she's got the 9th and the 10th. Okay. Oh, that's got a little bit more pluming happening there, so that is cool. Definitely seeing that, and that is awesome. So that was the from the morning stuff. A lot of off-gassing there. You can see that. That is pretty interesting, and some extra stuff from the other end as well. So a little bit more activity there today. And that is cool. 6 a.m. from the 10th. In the future. It hasn't happened yet, folks, but it will. I promise you. Anyway, awesome. Thanks, Sue, for sending that one in as well. And it is now break time. So I am going to put you back over onto our wonderful canned lava and get that going. And I'm going to go take a break. 4, 5, 6, or 7 minutes. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, give it a quick bop, help us out. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing if you feel we've learned it. Learned it. Trough mubbles, barking tank words. Merds wixed. Yes, words mixed, merds wixed. Never mind. All right, I'm going to go take that break. Keep smiling and play nice in the lava. Don't poke any sticks in there and don't get too close. You'll get burned. I'll be back. And with bacon seeds. Yay! I'll be back. And there we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. On screen right now, of course, is from July 31st this year, and that is Rebbe in Iceland. Archived footage. Thank you for the welcome backs from Sasha and Diane and Sue, and I appreciate that, you guys. All right, let's Sue, I seen your little message there. Chivalrous, almost visible. It's close. Thanks, Mars 2028 and Henry Nelson, also for the welcome backs. That is awesome. Let's stop our canned lava, and we'll go take a look at other volcanoes. Let's go. We just talked about Chivalrous, so let's go take a peek at it. It is kind of sort of visible, almost. We see the base part of the egg is almost visible, and that is awesome to see. That, of course, is the snow-covered egg that will eventually pop. I'm surprised there's snow on it. That's telling us there's not that much heat coming out. Yeah, bacon seeds. I will show that in a second. We wanted to look at Chivalrous before it gets dark. Anyway, there's the egg. And let's make that smaller. Boiled egg. Yep. We needed to look at this. It's important before we get more clouds. Anyway, there it is. And yeah, really not much else to see. Let's go have a look at bacon seeds. I said almost. Yep. I'd just like you almost see all of this bacon seed. Piggy sent us a whole bunch more though, and Piggy did a nice job. So let's take a look at the first one Piggy sent. And that is this one. He's keeping an eye on you. Definitely has a good eye on you for a little bacon seed. He looks mischievous. He's up to something. Or you're up to something and he's keeping an eye on you. Anyway, next bacon seed. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Is this Christmas attire? Are you guys dressed up for something? I don't quite understand. It looks more like jerseys or something. Is there no, I don't know if that's a Santa pig. I think Halloween's coming. Maybe they're dressing up as Santa and Mr. and Mrs. Santa for Halloween. That could be something. Let's take a look at the next one. And I think it's a Halloween theme. And there's the whole family of pumpkins. And it's pretty awesome. Good to see them. And the one over on the right hand side is kind of leading the group here. Pumpkin patch bacon. Yep, we got it. They need maybe a hogwash is in order. I don't know. Wash your bacon before you eat it. Now that's cool is what it says. Yeah, I guess that little piggy is kind of a strutting her stuff with her little tutu, and pretty awesome. Dressed up for Halloween. Ballerina. Yeah, bacon ballerina. And what are these guys all doing? Well, looks like they are... Is that in... Oh, they're in the back of... I think... Oh, hang on. They're in the front end of a side-by-side. In the front basket, looking out. Cool. That is neat to have them hanging in there like that. Autumn piggies. Yep, and they're pretty cool. I like that. And that is neat. All right, and next, a bacon seed. Ooh, scary. I bet you he's going, ooh. Trying to scare people. Anyway, that is pretty awesome, and we like it. Yep, I think only one's doing some singing here. He's pretty cool, and that is a kind of a neat shot. Very festive. Next one is this one, out in a little leafy pumpkin patch. Looks like he's got all kinds of little pumpkins attached to him. I don't know if he's liking that or not. He does look like he's kind of smiling, so he's just hamming it up out there for the camera. Attack of the mini pumpkins. Yep. And that is it. Rake the leaves. Here's our next one. And again, this possibly is another pumpkin. That one's got a gorgeous little smile on it. It looks very happy and like it's ready to go somewhere to be, I don't know, getting things, pettings, yep, pumpkin seeds. Yeah, I wonder, do pigs eat pumpkin seeds? I think they would. Those would be tasty, wouldn't they? Let's get to the next one. And I'm not so sure about that picture. I think we've seen that before. That might be a fake one. I can't tell. Anyway, it looks cute no matter what. And I don't know. I really can't tell if that's a real pig or not. Pig within a pig. Yep, that's it. We'll leave it as that. Let's go to our last bacon seed for today, and that is these ones. These are real, and they are snuffling what's going on in the air, and that is our bacon seeds for today. A big thank you to Piggy. Hey, that's a counterfeit bacon seed. The nerve of some people, Dr. Fox. Well, hey, Mars, it happens. You know, everyone, once in a while, they sneak those in there, and we see counterfeits. It's just like your money. It can happen, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's our wonderful bacon seeds for today, so thank you very kindly, Piggy, for sending those in. And wonderful as always, and really do appreciate that. I know you sent a few extra funnies along with them, but I forgot to load them. We'll see if we can have a funny day where we can load a whole bunch and go through them, but we'll leave the other ones off for right now. Let's get over to our next volcanic action, and that will be, well, I don't know if there's much action happening there, but it's over at Jellystone National Park. We're going to refresh that. You heard that chickadee in the background, did you? That is cool. I'm glad that you did. Oh, it's Old Faithful. Old Faithful is erupting. This is Yellowstone National Park. And yep, that is Old Faithful on the screen, just right before sunset. A beautiful shot, and looking very, very awesome. This, of course, the site, Sue just brought up the link for it. This is the National Park Service, and you can definitely download that link or save it for later, have a look at it, and be able to see what is happening there at Yellowstone. They have over 500 active geysers, and of course a multitude of maps and still cameras and things like that, and some explanations as to what's where and what is happening in the area. So pretty cool to see that. And and they're zooming in a little bit. Yeah, we were just watching the major portion of that. Now it's kind of died out a little bit. JB is here. Welcome, JB. Good to see you. So, yep, Yellowstone, Old Faithful in Yellowstone. And that is awesome to see. I'd like to go there one day. But, you know, smell. I don't know. If it smells like the Blue Lagoon, I don't know if I can handle it. It is what it is, I guess. All right, let's leave that be. So we'll leave Yellowstone. I'll take a look at Japan. That's our next place of interest, and hopefully we'll see an ice cream boat. I doubt it, but well, we can hope. All right, going over to Japan. Yellowstone seemed to have frozen on me. Why is that not looking right? What happened to my full screen set here? Something is not quite right. Let's try that again. Did they resize the screen? Let's see what happens if I go to this one. Oh, that one's not on right either. Alright, something going on here with my Japan ones. Let me see if I can do a recapture on these and just go from there. Alright, weird, strangely things happen. And sometimes we don't have explanations for them. Alright, Gremlins is what I set it up as, or mark it as. Okay, let's see if we can get that one in and see it a little bit better. There we go. And we'll remove the old one. Alright, I got it in there now. So that'll work. I do see an ice cream boat, but I don't know. I think it's leaving. We missed it. Anyway, the wonderful volcano you see here, that is Sakurajima, and we are down on the southern end of Japan, in the Kagoshima area. And of course, we'll go over to that one and skip the commercials. There we are to the volcano a little bit closer up, Sakurajima. Some smoke coming out of it, not off-gassing anywhere near as heavily as it used to. And let's see what we got here. This is a few hours earlier, 6:38 this morning. We do see some off-gassing, but nothing major again. Going into the darkness, what we're looking for is a glow, and we're not seeing it. The smoke or gases are coming towards the camera. That makes it difficult to see anything because we're looking through all of it, and that is not so good. And yep, major clouds earlier, 1:29 a.m. I'm not able to see anything there. And going back, that is from 15 minutes after midnight, not a good view. And having a look there to see, likely nothing. Maybe? Come on, there we go. 9:55 p.m. their time. Yeah, we can't see any glow there. At least not in that shot. So we don't know what's going on inside that caldera. No idea. Let's leave it as that for now. I'm going to make that one smaller. And we will go over to ASO. And ASO, of course, has cloud problems. We're not able to see what's coming out of its caldera over here. I'm sure it is steaming and off-gassing. Let's see if we can see it a little bit earlier. And nope, not there. What about here? Well, we do see it here. It does look like it's off-gassing. We can see the edge of the caldera there, and throwing out some gases. Quite a few. ASO, of course, is a huge caldera, and we are only seeing one small area here. That is their primary vent right now. And of course, if anything happens, this is where it will likely erupt. So, old volcano at that. And it says buffering. I'm looking at my bit rates. They're holding pretty solid right now, Sue. I hope it's not buffering for you. Kathy, thank you for putting aloha hugs from my volcano to your home. Thank you for renewing your membership, Kathy. Appreciate that. And mahalo. There we go. So that's kind of what we see there. Let's put that one back on live. That is the current view. Looks like we've got some clouds moving in fairly quickly. Let's go up to the other one here. We're going to refresh that one. Hopefully it'll come back. That is Asama. And somebody else now saying they're buffering. And the funny part is my bit rates are pretty darn solid right now. So I'm a little confused why you're seeing buffering. It's got to be something from YouTube's end. YouTube has been funny the last couple of days. This is 9:26 a.m. Very hard to see anything. Let's see if we can go back into the night here. And it looks like cloud there as well. And here. And even further back. Hopefully, no, that is from just about 11 p.m. Absolutely no visibility. So we don't get to see Asamate. So that is okay. Asama-san hiding. And here comes the ice cream boat. I hope you're not buffering the ice cream boat. And you are back. Awesome. I never left, Sue, but glad that I'm back. I wouldn't have ever found myself. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The ice cream boat is in a rocky road. Russell, welcome, Russell. Is Russell here? I didn't see Russell sneaking in. Who else is here? Did I miss other people? Oh, I don't know. I don't see Russell. Why don't I see Russell? Oh, there he is. Buffering in South Carolina, too. Darn it, I hate when things are buffering. Anyway, ice cream boat is in, you guys, so go for it. That is all, what do they call it? Hunky-dory. You know, that's a Hungarian speedboat. A hunky-dory? Never mind. Bad humor. Bad humor. Okay. All right. And the ice cream boat is docking, so that is all good. And you can get your ice cream in a minute or so. And on that friendly note, one scoop with waffle cone. Awesome. For everyone, help yourselves. Yep, I'll take that pistachio one. That'd be really nice. On that friendly note, let's put you back over to the canned lava, and we'll get that rumbling. It is just about break time, so we will head for there. And glad the ice cream boat did come in. All right, let's leave it as that for right now, and when we come back from our break, we will go take a look at what we've got shaking around the world, specifically, well, around the world. We'll see what's happening on the earthquake map. Those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button, give it a quick bop, and on that friendly note, I will be back. Black currant and vanilla. Ooh, a black currant is pretty good with vanilla, or yeah, I guess you could have it with vanilla. That'd be all right. I'd like that. Maybe even with orange. That'd be cool too. All right, I'm gonna go take that break. Don't go away. Keep smiling. Here comes some music, and enjoy those ice creams. I'll be back. the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Orange and licorice equals tiger tail. They also call it tiger paw here. Either one, but the same one. Orange and licorice. It is delicious. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sasha and Sue. And I can't roar, but can E-R. Okay. I guess donkeys can E-R. And okay, the Australian saltwater crocodile can live 100 years and never need a dentist. Imagine if we could do that. Actually, speaking of dentists, thanks for the welcome back there, Mars 2028. But there was some Japanese dentists that have come up with something that is very promising for teeth regrowth. In other words, they've been doing testing on mice and rats, and they've even done monkeys now. And basically, you give them these pills, and their teeth will regrow, and they'll get new teeth, which is really, really awesome. So pretty soon, visiting the dentist will be a thing of, oh yeah, that one's bad. Let's pull it out, and here's the pill, and take your pill, and the new one will grow in a few days. That'll be pretty awesome, eh? I think I'd like that, because I can use a whole bunch. So give me some pills, I'll take them, get some new teeth, and I'll be all happy. That'll be a big bite out of the dental world, won't it? Oh, I know. Bad humor, bad punning. Anyway, let's leave it as that, and we'll park our canned lava. We'll get over to our earthquakes and see what's shaking around the planet. Thank you, Going South, for that welcome back. All right, so since we haven't seen this, I want to be a dentist. Quote Herbie the elf. Okay. Herbie the elf wants to be a dentist. All right, Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. Taking a look here, we got a 4.3, and that is not too far from Karimsky, I think, and the other one, Matnovsky. So that is where that is. That is from 1632, 71.5 kilometers down. Yeah, we're going to do a volcano report after this. We can do that. We can. I keep forgetting that darn thing. I just jumped right over it. We'll do it right away, though. Thanks, Sue. And we have a bunch to report as well. 4.3 there, Rat Island 643 was the time on it, 15.2 kilometers down. Not going to worry about him. Fairly small. See a little bit more activity here, not too far away from our wonderful Sheldon, so maybe we'll see some more action there. Maybe a phase 14 or something, and we'll see what happens. I don't see anything too much along the western side of the U.S. We do have a few here in Texas, another 4.0 in Nordheim, Texas, and that's from 7:59 a.m. 4 kilometers down. I'm sure they would have felt that. That's right around that San Diego area. Let's put it on the street map. There's San Diego, and that's where the quake is happening. So that's interesting. Just about halfway between San Diego, San Antonio and Victoria. San Antonio, ugh, I'll get it right. That's what we got there. Going further south, 4 separate reports. Yes, and that's what I said. San Antonio, it's, Texas. Yeah, it was my bad, Mars. I do that. It's called senility. And M4.4 off of El Salvador, and that's 62.1 kilometers down. 16:25 was the time on that. And next one here in Ecuador, a 4.1 from 8:29 a.m., 105 kilometers down, and sliding down a little bit more, looking at what we got. These look like they're all in Argentina. This one is a 4.1 from 7:03, 216.7 kilometers down. Next one is another 4.5, and that's Jujuy, if I said it right, Argentina. 23:54 for this one, so that was from yesterday, at 212 kilometers down. The other one was from today at 7:03, 216 kilometers down. This one a little further over into Argentina, 5.6 from 1813, 538.1 kilometers down, quite a distance down. Hopefully nobody is hurt or broken or anything. Nothing out here in the South Sandwich Islands, and not seeing too much going across the bottom end here. Nothing really on the Antarctic ridge stuff. So nothing in New Zealand, nothing in Fiji, nothing in Tonga, nothing in Vanuatu. Solomon Islands had a little one here, 4.6 from 1920 yesterday, 74.9 kilometers down. Not seeing any more of that swarming that was happening in Papua New Guinea. That seemed to have died out, and it looks like Java and Sumatra all are doing pretty good there. We only have this one here. This is what is it? Minahasa, Sulawesi, Sulawesi, Indonesia. Anyway, yesterday's 2150 and 126 kilometers down. The other one here is 4.3. Tobelo, Indonesia, or close to it, 11 a.m. today, 52.1 kilometers down. And nothing here in the rest of the Philippines. Nothing new in our swarming thing. Where is Foxy Jima gonna pop up? We need that new island ASAP. This one here, 4.6 off at the coast of Honshu, Japan, 2051 yesterday, 52.5 kilometers down. And this one, they say Russia, but I think that's probably Japan. 5.3, 2309 yesterday, 174.5 kilometers down for that. And we see here, what do they call it? Chagos Archipelago region of 4.8, and that happened at 11:24, 10 kilometers down for that. And nothing here in Tajikistan or China or Nepal. We do see this one here, Afghanistan, and that looks like it's pretty close to Iran. 5.1, 7:30 this morning, 10 kilometers down for that guy. And then we see this one, Eastern Turkey, 4.2, 28 minutes after midnight, and that was at 10 kilometers depth. And this one here, another one in Poland, which is really odd. Poland-Slovakia border region, and that is a 5.0 from 12:23, and that's 40, no depth. Oh, I thought it was the depth. No depth reported. That's interesting. All right, so that's what we got going on there so far. Let's take a look at Hawaii and have a quick peek in there. And yeah, we got all kinds of quakes over here on Mauna Kea. We have one, 2.3 from 1231 at 38.6 kilometers below sea level. This other one out on the western side, 7 kilometers west of Captain Cook, Hawaii. 2.2 from 1645, 4.7 kilometers below sea level. We'll grab these ones on the hill of Mauna Loa. 1.9 from 404 this morning, 1.1 kilometers below sea level, and this is a 2.3 from yesterday at 2153, 3.3 kilometers below sea level. Now, the Pahala region, I just want to zoom out, nothing in the water, no. So everything that we're looking at are these ones here in this region between 26 and 37 kilometers down, unless we find something odd, and we won't mention the depth. 2.0, 712 this morning. The other one beside it is a 1.9 from a 708. And next one is a 2.1 from 1415 today. And this one is a 1.8 from 2058 yesterday. This one is a 2.0 from 6:25 a.m. And the one right underneath Pahala is 1.9, and that's 6:42 this morning. Moving over to the other ones, one offshore here slightly, 1.8, and that is from 156. And this one is a 1.8 from 1137, and the other one here a 1.9 from 1248. So that covers those ones in the Pahala region. Now looking at, we already got the guy on the hill. We'll get this one here, and that's a 1.9 from 3:26 a.m., 2.8 kilometers below sea level. Now let's take a look at the rest of these. 2.2, 1415, 3.4 clicks below sea level. 1.8 in magnitude, 302 this morning, and that is 2.1 clicks down. This is a 1.9, 1653, 1.4 clicks down. The next one is 1.8 from 4:29 a.m., 1.8 clicks down. This one is a 2.2, 9:45 this morning, 1.9 kilometers down. These are all below sea level. So this is a 1.7 from 10:34, 3.2 clicks down. This one is a 1.8 from 1946, 2.1 kilometers down. Next is this one. We will take a look at that in a second. There on Mars. And of course we had a 2.1, 2025 was the time on that. Sorry, 1025. 1.7 kilometers below sea level. Next one is 2.1, 509 this morning, 1.3 kilometers below sea level. This one is a 1.8 at 4:50 this morning, 300 meters below sea level. So they're getting closer, the closer we get to the caldera. This is a 1.9 from 1833, 1.3 kilometers below sea level. Another 1.9 from yesterday, 2153, 1.2 kilometers below sea level. And a 1.7 from 2156 yesterday, 400 meters below sea level. And that's it. So we don't see any other quakes. Still not sure what's going to happen there as far as an eruption. And we hope that we do get an eruption and that it happens within that Kilauea itself. We hope that it doesn't decide to pop elsewhere, and that would be for a cool show. So that is all awesome. Let's leave Hawaii and we will go over and put it on to this one. I don't know why we're sitting there buffering when I hit stopped. Why would it buffer when it stopped? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, volcano report time, so let's get that out of the way. And we will find it here. We've got lots of volcanic activity. Apparently, 4 separate reports. We'll look at those after. So, late Sunday's volcanic activity, 4 volcanoes, Sabancaya in Peru, intermittent emissions of volcanic ash to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported in 1945. East Semeru, East Java, Indonesia, discrete volcanic ash to 14,000 feet, 4,300 meters, and that's at 2115. Ubanas in Peru, new emissions to 21,000 feet, 6,400 meters, reported at 2130. Reventador in Ecuador, light volcanic ash emissions to 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters, reported at 2145. And then for Monday's activity, we've got 7 volcanoes on the list. And they are Sangay in Ecuador, possible volcanic ash emissions to 22,000 feet, 6,700 meters, reported at 45 minutes after midnight. Volcanic ash observed, reported at 15:30. And Sabancaya in Peru, continuous ash emissions 25,000 feet or 7,600 meters, reported at 1:45. At 13:45, and then at 26,000 feet or 7,900 meters at 2000. And our first report would be from Taal and Luzon Island in the Philippines. I'll have a look at that. That's from 4:59. And then Mayon also has a report, but it also shows eruption of volcanic ash cloud, height unknown, reported at 6:15 this morning. We also have a report of a Stromboli on Aeolian Island in Italy from 6:07 this morning, and Dacona on Halmahera Island in Indonesia from 6:13, and Reventador in Ecuador, Avona reported volcanic ash observed, reported at 19:30. So there we go. Let's take a look at these extra reports we've got. I'll leave that canned lava just doing its thing, and we'll go over to Taal first and see what we've got on that report. Okay, so there is the wonderful photo, and it says a fumarolic activity seen from Mount Macolat, wherever that is, a station, and that is from Phil Volks, and there you can see that is our Taal volcano. Quite a bit of off-gassing, we did see that earlier, and happy people. Why a photo of me? I have no idea. Low-level unrest at the volcano continues. The Philippine Institute of Volcanics and Seismology webcam provided a time-lapse video of the fumarolic activity at the main crater within the caldera between 5:45 a.m. and 11:42 local time on December the 8th. During this period, gas and steam emissions rose several dozen meters above the crater, but generally they continue to rise to an estimated 1,500 meters above fumarolic events. Sulfur dioxide or SO2 emissions reached 2,887 tons on October 8th. So that gives you the SO2 output for right now. The main crater lake's temperature was measured at about 74.3 degrees Celsius on October 3rd. Ground deformation instruments continue to detect the caldera deflation. From a short-term point of view, inflation has been monitored on the north flank of the crater. Local alert level for the volcano remains at 1. Alright, so that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. Let's go to our next one, and that is Mayon. And Mayon, Luzon Islands, also there in the Philippines. Effusive activity at the volcano continues, and there's their shot, and again you see how poor it is because even they have poorer stuff for photos. The summit lava dome at the Mayon volcano hurls incandescent dome block avalanches and keeps everybody happy. This one is not Mayon. This is actually looks like a Krakatau, but let's leave that be, and that's unrelated as well. So let's go back to the thing here. The effusive activity at the volcano continues. 3 lava flow branches on the southeastern Bonga, the different names anyway, showing the length. Collapsed part of the viscous lava flow front continues to generate glowing avalanches, 167 of them, as they detach from it and roll down to the base of the edifice at about 4 kilometers distance from the summit. Moreover, block and ash flows continue to emanate from the summit lava dome as accumulated viscous lava material from the main conduit makes the dome prone to collapse, ooze out from there and tumble down in the form of dome block avalanches. Pyroclastic density currents usually form ash plumes, also known as phoenix clouds, towering wall of a cloud rising above the pyroclastic torrent. Pyroclastic flows are deadly, turbulent, hot avalanches, or hot avalanche of lava rock fragments of all sizes embedded in the mixture of a turbulent gas and ash-rich ash racing down the slopes. Okay. Mayon, only 1,063 tons of SO2 measured in this wonderful October. Let's get rid of that one. Next one, Stromboli. And this is from today. Another lava flow from the North Crater as seen via a thermal cam this morning. It's a pretty cool shot. And there you can see from the other event there, you can see some of that lava coming out. And again, this is from Vendetta. You don't want to show their stuff, other than we can do this on volcanodiscovery.com because they allow it. Spattering activity from the North Crater area continues, is what it says. And here is the chart, main amplitude of a seismic tremor. And as you can see, it had some higher activity here, but it has dropped or waned slightly. I'd like to see what happens next. I want to see it get up into the red area. And next one is unrelated, but that looks neat. It's lava. I like lava. All right, let's leave that be. Activity at the volcano continues at high levels. Is still ongoing at the time of the update. A spattering has been picking up at the North Crater area and that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. And I'm not going to bother with the rest of the report. Real quick on the last one, Dakono, and there is Dakono in Halmahera Island, Indonesia. You can see it doing its thing. Ash-rich emissions from Dakono volcano yesterday, compliments of PVMBG. And this one again is showing a Krakatau. So let's leave that. The eruption, explosive eruptions at the volcano continues. The Volcano Observatory reported an eruption from the volcano at 14:27 local time yesterday. A thick gray to a black ash column rose to an altitude of 6,000 feet or 1,829 meters and drifted east. So that is all good. Anyway, it says stay away 2 kilometers, and there you go. That's it for our volcanic reports there. And let's put you back on the canned lava. It is time for me to take another break. So don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get that lava flowing. It is, and we'll get some music on there, and I am going to be back. What's that? Speaking of the conduit, please give Charlie one more nickel so he can play the conductor to get off the Boston subway. You don't want to do that. And a quick moment of silence for those people who did perish there in the earthquake, as what Mars said. I'm not familiar with what all went on there, but I don't know. They've lost 2,000 plus people, and that happened on a Sunday or yesterday. It's always hard, when anyone has these natural disasters happening. And yes, so think of it, please have your a moment of silence and put some thought to what could be done if you can help out there in some way, or if other things, and put thoughts to what you can do for yourself to be prepared in case something like that ever happens to you. So give it a moment of silence, please. And thank you, everyone. And I will throw on the music now, go for my break. I will be back shortly. Keep smiling and don't go away. SO2 map coming up. Thanks. you go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Mars and Kananaskis Country and Sasha and Susie. And also welcome to Kimmy Lambert. Good to see you. Mars, thanks for going south. Mars, you brought up a good point, and humanity is technically a very young species in the sense of where we are, and the thing with what I see, though, we see a lot of people living in places where there are lots of different dangers. Whether it be earthquakes, fires, volcanoes, tsunamis, these kinds of things. And you got to remember, most people have never experienced one in their life. Unless you directly live in an area and you're brought up there, and you kind of don't know the lay of the land. And it's always interesting to see, why would you build a house to a lower standard if you know you're going to have a 7 earthquake, a magnitude 7? This is the kind of thing that I wonder about, and why do people put themselves into those risk situations? And I don't want to say it's ignorance, but in a lot of cases, people just don't get it. If you're going to live on the coast, be far enough back that if a tsunami does come in, you're not going to get nailed. If you've got a 100-foot tsunami come in, and you're at 50 feet above elevation of the sea level, isn't there something wrong there? So, probably poverty. Grandma B, that might be one of the reasons in that as well. When you look at that, and you have to wonder, are these people not receiving the educations that you would think that they would have? Madrid, I got the right idea. No tsunami. We'll take it out. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of places, though. You take a look at the Turkey area, the Arabian plate, microplate pushing into the one in Turkey there. And of course, having that collision happening, and any tectonic action, even along the San Andreas Fault, you take a look at that, and people have, if they have that huge quake, I don't think they're going to be ready for it. I'd say less than half the houses are built to a standard to withstand a magnitude 7. Madrid is in the middle of Spain, nowhere near the sea. Well, that's true. It's nowhere near the sea, and you shouldn't see any tsunamis there. At least, not that we know of. Anyway, there's a lot of educated people in the U.S. that live on a certain or vulnerable ground by choice. And I totally agree there, Grandma B. You take a look at the ones that are living within, literally within, yards, if not right on the San Andreas Fault, as an example, and any fault. And some of these people, when they buy these lands, they have the blinders on. They don't take a look at this stuff, and that always scares me. Check into things. Is your land high and dry, and is there any subsurface action going on? You can find out where there sinkholes in the area, that kind of stuff. I was watching a show the other day. Majority of the sinkholes on the planet are in China, believe it or not. Sinkholes happen there, and most of them are man-made or through errors of a man. Anyway, let's get over to the SO2 map, and we'll take a look and see what's happening. First off, looking around North America, we see all the way to the northern pole line there. We do see that there's quite a bit of SO2 in the northern continent, or northern half of northern hemisphere, I should say, not continent. That is better. And looking at what we've got going on here, unsure of what exactly is coming out of Kamchatka Peninsula. We do see this plume down here, and that is likely from Ibico, but I'm not sure what the heck all this is from. Did it drift away? How did it get there? Unsure of that. Is this still remnant stuff from Sheldon still swirling around, and that is likely the cause? And let's see. Even even Lisbon itself has all its new business zones way uphill. Okay. Okay. I don't think anyone would try to build in a city in Rio de Janeiro today. The mountains make many parts of the city susceptible to flooding, especially in the poorer neighborhoods, and yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyway, that is what we're seeing there. I'm not sure where all that's coming from. Looking at the west coast of the US and Canada, we see stuff from about midway here in California all the way up to Alaska. That's still going to end up moving inward. Don't know how far it's going to get pushed in and then up, but looks like the eastern portion of British Columbia, not bad today, as well as most of Alberta. Saskatchewan still has a lingering plume there, as well as Manitoba. Looking up in the Yukon, most of it is clear. Same thing with Northwest Territories, but none of it, well, we don't want none of it. Looking at Ontario, they seem to have a big weather system sitting way down here at the bottom of our wonderful Hudson's Bay, down at the bottom end of it. Anyway, it looks like it's swirling around, pulling down a lot of that SO2 from the northern areas and dumping them back into the U.S. And that's what we're seeing coming through North and South Dakota, Nebraska, and then all the way down here to Arkansas, and kind of coming through North Carolina and northward points from there. And you do see that same swirling happening in Quebec, as well as bringing stuff up to the eastern states, as well as New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and that area, but it's not quite as heavy. I'm sure it will continue to flow that way if we don't get any rain to wash it out of the air. So hopefully it won't be too bad for them. Moving a little further south, so western states, not bad, other than the coastline itself. That'll change by tomorrow. Most of Mexico, not so bad today. Popocatépetl in Mexico City there, and a little easier dumping their stuff into the Gulf of Mexico. And we see what's coming off of our Central American ones here, and that is going out into the Pacific, and Nevado del Ruiz likely the culprit here, dumping most of its stuff into the Pacific side. Anyway, this could still be some residual plumes from Sabancaya and Ubanas that had flowed out there, because we don't see it going to the east. And again, I'm seeing a bunch of stuff out here in the water. I've got to wonder if that's coming from our Easter Island region with submarine volcanoes or not. Anyway, we see that plume going all the way across South America, and then get down here. We see a little plume right there coming off of a Michael volcano in the South Sandwich Islands, but I don't see where all this stuff had come from. And again, here, hard to tell because of the way things are flowing. Did it start up here and come down here and accumulate in this area? Or did it pop here somewhere in between? Anyway, not too much from New Zealand. We see White Isle Volcano continuing to do a little bit there. And then the oil refinery and the coking plants in Australia doing a little bit, but again, unknown clouds here of SO2 gases. Looking here, we've got the one in Tonga, what is it, Tofua, and Yasur, Gawa, and Eoba, and there in Vanuatu, Papua New Guinea. We got all kinds of directions here for their stuff, so it looks okay there, not that bad though. Luotolak, not so heavy. It does look like it's Semaru, that's the heavier one today, as well as Merapi. And continuing on, we don't see that a big massive cloud that normally sits here. So Jakarta is taking it easy, and this may be from Krakatau, and that might be what we're seeing. Don't see, we do see actual blue in between here, which is really nice, means some cleaner air. So likely a Dempo not putting out anything, and then we've got our Currency and Marapi in this area putting out some, as well as Sinabung up north here, and the other spots here, Singapore. People population, people pollution. What is it? Kuala Lumpur as well with their stuff. I'm surprised we're not seeing quite as much from what is it? Not Neon. Ibu and Dakono on Halmahera Island. Actually, normally it's a little bit heavier than that, so not seeing too much. And coming from Mayon, there we do see quite a bit for Luzon Island. And then we know Taal is dumping out about twice as much as what's coming out of Mayon. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. And of course we have Manila to help it right along. Some heavy industrial stuff in Taiwan. Hard to tell if we're seeing more underwater eruptions here. This all looks like it's just being blown out by a storm of some sort. And looking down here, Suwanoshijima, not that heavy of a plume. Sakurajima is still putting a lot of SO2 out, but we are not seeing as much coming from ASO today. If it is, it's very spread out. And getting up to Tokyo, we see Tokyo is not too bad. Looks like it's a little heavier from our wonderful, what is it, Asama there. So that's kind of what we've got going on. We do see this long streak. I don't know if this was just remnant stuff mixing together with what's coming from Ibico or what we got going on there, but it's there. China is still doing its thing, but we do see a lot of blue up here, which is really nice to see. And then, of course, eastern India, a very heavy population there, or pollution there, I should say. A population as well. Both. Anyway. And then we also see Sri Lanka's got fairly heavy levels. And, we see a heavier level around, well, it could be a Piton del Formes, and Reunion Island might be erupting again. We'll have to take a look. And that is Reunion Island. And anyway, over here, South Africa, we see the gold smelting is continuing. Lots of SO2 coming from there. And the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Nyamuragira and Nyiragongo, doing their thing, Goma 1 and 2 if you like. And getting up here into Ethiopia, too much SO2, unable to tell what's actually from Erupting, and one is just pollution swirling around here. But we are starting to see blue, which is really nice. The more blue, the better off we are. That means cleaner air. The other heavy red spots here, of course, are from our oil refineries in the area, so Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, Iraq, and Iran as well. And of course, Beirut has a refinery also, as well as Cairo, but not as big. And of course, the tragedy stuff that is going on there in I guess what is it, Israel, with Gaza and all that stuff. So that's a horrible thing. Again, nobody wins, in my opinion. Everybody is a loser in any war. There's costs. Levels are a little bit lower today. We do still see fairly high levels out here. Hopefully that will clear up and we won't see too much more there. And still seeing the stuff coming off of Mount Etna. And there's Etna right there, and you see that plume going. And of course here Stromboli is still doing its thing as well. So that is kind of what we've got going on. Spain, not bad. A little bit of extra stuff in Portugal. France, almost good. Germany, half of it is okay. The other half, not so good. Holland looks not bad. Same with Belgium, England, Ireland, Scotland. They're looking not bad. A little bit there in the bottom of England and Wales, perhaps. But Denmark looks fairly heavy, as well as up here in the Norwegian, Swedish, and the Finnish areas. So we see those plumes coming in there, causing all kinds of higher levels of SO2. Iceland right now has a system, a weather system, sitting on top of it. And that, of course, is drawing in a lot of that SO2 as well. Right now, Reykjavik isn't that bad as far as levels are concerned, but I'm sure it'll pick up again once more this stuff heads this way and that pattern changes slightly. So that's kind of it for that. And let's see. I have flown a paraglider, by the way. Ryan says I agree with Dr. Fox. Yep. And yeah, it is what it is. It's just nothing we can do. I'm going to go on a break, and we'll leave the canned lava running for you. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Also, if you have not yet, hit that like button, give it a bop, help us out. And when we come back from the break, we're going to go do a quick peek at storms around the planet and find the hot and low temperatures, and then we'll wrap up the stream for tonight. Yeah, far too many Palestinian civilians, including children, have already died in airstrikes, and this is just the beginning, unfortunately. Yeah, and it's on both sides of the fence, though, Mars. It's not just the Palestinians, and you know, it's the old thing. You know, neither side needs to shoot rockets at either one, and they can sit down at a table and work it out peacefully. As far as I'm concerned, there's always a way that has a peace in mind. All right, I'm going to go take that break, ladies and gentlemen, and don't go away. And we will have some weather after the break. whether we like it or not. Here's some music. I'll be back. we go. We've got the microphone on for the last time here, and yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here, not doing a good job. Anyway, no worries, everyone. All right, yeah, this is Norway. Greenland is what is a new country. Anyway, thank you for the welcome backs there from Sue and from Bob, a C&D boy with a thumbs up, and Sharon Stewart saying, I hear you, DrFox2000. And it's my hope that humanity will soon expand into space and there will be enough room for everyone to have a good life. There is enough room for everyone to have a good life. You just gotta know how to deal with it. Quit being greedy. That's what we gotta do. Figure out how to progress without being greedy. Anyway, welcome back, Dr. Fox from Going South. Sorry, I'm too emotional. Don't be emotional. Calm yourself. Think of happy and peaceful things. Think of kind things. Actually, yeah, kind things. Sometimes what happens when I get myself a little depressed, what I will do is I will actually watch videos that are random acts of kindness and to try to cheer myself up a little bit. Anyway, looking at temperatures, we're starting to see it getting colder up north there, and we start to see, well, the heat is starting to leave North America. We see it's not so hot anymore. Places like Death Valley, only about 34 degrees Celsius. That's chilly compared to what it normally is. There's a 35 in there as well. Vegas sitting at about a 28, and Phoenix is sitting at about 30. So we need more happy people. Yes, that's what we need. Storms, Lydia is still sitting here, churning away. And that is wreaking havoc on places like Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan, and is close enough. Zilio? I don't know if I pronounced that correct. Anyway, they're getting a bunch of stormy activity there. We do have another circulation here in Central America on the western side. Not sure what that's doing. Big high, opposite of what the other storms have been. So that's sitting out here in the Atlantic, and that is good news. That'll make things a little better for these places. But we do see a low here along the east coast of the U.S., and that can have some mixed bearings as we see it. And looks like we got some big winds coming in along the southern side of, southwestern side of Halifax. I don't know. Sue, are you getting a lot of wind right now? I'm just curious about that. And that the big circulation sitting up there. There is too much foolishness going on. I like to tune in to VolcanoX live stream with Dr. Fox. Awesome. No wind? Okay, well, you're lucky. It looks like it's going to be windy there. Anyway, we see that big low out here, and that is going to end up heading across the pond. And of course, there's that other low sitting just about right on top of Iceland. And that is wreaking some havoc for them. That's going to give them some bad weather for a few days. We'll see what happens once that moves. Nothing too crazy around the planet, though. Looking at some of the temperatures, up to about 33 there in the Sahara Desert. Nothing really wild. And looks like, yeah, pretty normal there for Saudi Arabia and Iraq and those areas. And here's the other one. Coinho is gone, so that dissipated. But we do have this new Bolivian storm sitting here, and there's another low right there, and they're both churning. There's another one here, and that is causing all kinds of circulations here. Not so good for those people in that area in the Philippines, and they're probably going to get hit with it. Looking at the high temperatures here, we see up to 40 degrees Celsius in Australia, so they are getting heat back, and that is interesting. And even down here, where it's been cold, seeing 35 degrees C is pretty awesome. And Brisbane, home of our wonderful Oz, got about 25 right now. Sydney's sitting at about 20. Leo's only got about 15 in Melbourne, and Adelaide's sitting at 19, so not so bad there. But yeah, I'm just checking for really, really hot temperatures, and I think Australia has the winner there at 40 degrees. So we'll leave that be. Yeah, really not anything too crazy going on our weather map. I just want to take a look at the real clouds here and North America, so we don't see too much going on here. There's that low in Ontario, and that is messing up Ontario as well as some of the northern states right now, getting into New York, and possibly well, it'll get into the other ones here as well. As it moves east, we'll see what happens, and then it'll come and visit Sue over here, and then Sue will get that one and this other low, and it'll be floods and then snow. I'm kidding, I don't know where it's gonna go. This one over Iceland, you can see where the clouds and stuff, so hopefully it won't be too bad. And of course the new one that they've got down here, where is it? Oh, I'm missing it. Not showing. All right, there's Lydia. Okay, so that's doing its thing, and yeah, you can see what it's affecting here. So all the way along the coast. And of course, that is going to move in there a little bit more. Yeah, Greenland. What's going on in Greenland? Got all kinds of wind. How deep's the snow? I don't want to know really, but how deep? Here's the other one, Bolavin, and that is pretty big. That looks like a monster storm as it's coming in. 0 centimeters. That's a lot. And you're lucky you don't have to shovel that. That could hurt your back. Not seeing too much cloud over top of most of Australia, and then New Zealand we see the mountains are okay, but everywhere else seems to have a little bit of prettiness. Let's throw this on to temperatures again. And this time we're going to go to Antarctica, and we're going to find our lowest temperature on the planet, since 40 is about the highest that we've seen there. And okay, I see a 71 so far, minus a 71 that is. It's quite chilly. And there's a minus a 77, 79. So a minus 79 on the screen. Let's see if we can find anything. Oh, there's a minus 80. So I got a minus 80. There's a minus 81 right there. Do we have a minus 82? Minus 81. Right in that spot. Minus 70. Okay, let's see. 70 something, 76, 79, 80, nope. Looking for other spots here of cold. Let's take a look up here. 50s, 60s, So I guess a minus 81 looks like about the coldest right now. And, oh, Sue found minus 81 as well. Okay, cool. So it's a tie. It's a tie. It's a bow tie today. And there we go. That's all we're going to do. And that is cold enough, I think. Wherever that was, a minus 81 somewhere in here. In this general vicinity, there's a minus 80. And if I zoom in, we can find minus 81 again. Wherever it is. It's here somewhere. Oh, and there it was. I seen it. Right there. Minus 81. So, and that is what we got, and that's it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone, for being here and being on board, and we're going to wrap things up. We'll put you back on the canned lava for a little while here. For those good people who still haven't hit that like button, don't forget to pop that on the way out the door. A big thank you, everyone, for being here today. Super big thanks goes out to our moderators, Arizona Snowman, and Piggy, and Sue, and the CND Boy, as well as, let's see, Yvonne Kunkel, and Siggy, and Gary, 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and whoever else was hiding in the background for other moderators. Thank you all for being here. Also, big thank you to all of you, the members, non-members alike. It doesn't matter. You're all still part of that wonderful lava family. Thank you all for being here today. We've had no super chats or no new members show up. We did have a couple renewals. Thank you for those. And on that friendly note, it's a time for me to wrap up everything. So only one thing left to add for tonight. Please, please tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We'll see everyone back here tomorrow night. Good night, take care, and oink oink. That didn't sound good. Let's try that again. Oink oink. Oink oink. Okay, I'm trying. Oink oink. Oh, we'll leave it as that. Wow, thank you, Grandma B. I guess that's to get my oinker fixed. Thanks, Grandma B. That pays for the power bill anyway. Grandma B. And appreciate that super chat. Okay, time to go. Good night, everyone. Take care and oink oink.